Silent. I'm your host, Claire Hamilton, and today we'll be discussing the Occupy Wall Street movement. For those of you unfamiliar with the topic, Occupy Wall Street is a movement against social and economic inequality. Beginning as a protest in the United States on September 17, 2011, the campaign has flourished into a worldwide phenomenon and has recently garnered major attention. The goals of this movement were to reduce corporations' influence on politics, create more and better jobs, bank reforms, and forgiveness of student debt. Bernie Sanders, a presidential candidate for the Democratic Party, has incorporated the rising income and wealth inequality in his platform. The United States is the richest country in the world, yet the wealth is controlled by a small percentage of people, 1% to be exact. 1% may sound like an exaggeration, however the reality is that 1/10 of the 1% own almost as much wealth as the bottom 99%. Simply look at this graph and tell me we don't have a problem. Now I'm sure you're wondering who exactly is the 1% controlling all the wealth. Well, let's take a look at this graph. Much to no one's surprise, the top 1% is mainly compiled of the financial, medical, and political workforce. But does that really answer our question on who the 1% is? In a 2013 study, it was discovered that 76% of millionaires in the US are white, meaning the remaining 24 are of Asian, African American, Hispanic, or other descent. Now, these statistics are not shocking to us, but what is shocking is that the population of white people in the US has decreased 11.4% in the past 10 years. Currently, the Caucasian community remains the majority. However, in a 2013 NBC census, it has been stated that by 2043, the white majority will be gone. With that statistic, knowing who the 99% is even more vital. Take a look at this graph and notice the complexity of age, race, gender, and beliefs. This is a major issue and the inequality needs to be solved. Now moving on to our silent but true segment, where we connect our new knowledge of this week's topic to a silent art form. This week we have chosen Charlie Chaplin's The Immigrant. The Immigrant, the 11th installment in its mutual series, is the story of two immigrants who fall in love. In Chaplin fashion, the film uses satire, irony, and romance to engage the audience. Although a serious topic, Chaplin drew upon his own experiences immigrating to the United States, adding a level of reality to the film. Even more, the comedy was truthful, showing images of the Statue of Liberty, a sign of hope for immigrants. The immigrant lifestyle was not an easy one, as they dealt with the adjustment of a new place, poverty, loss of identity, and underappreciation. The film was a success and brought awareness and shed light on the immigrant experience. Now, the correlation between Occupy Wall Street and The Immigrant may seem tricky, but in reality, they're connected in belief. In a simple view, the conversation of money can connect the two mediums. For example, in the film, Charlie sharing his money with his love interest is symbolism for the needy helping the needy, relating how immigrants who do not have much money to begin with will help, and how the 1% who do have money will not. This is the ideal example of the issue with Occupy Wall Street and the economic and financial flow. To shed more light, The Immigrant showcases the need to be valued in society. In one scene, the audience watches as the immigrants are kept behind a rope like animals. The symbol of the rope shows a loss of validation, as if their being and opinions do not matter. The connection to Occupy Wall Street comes easily as immigrants come from all walks of life, just like protesters. Immigrants and protesters are alike, as all they want is to be treated fairly and have access to goods, services, and better jobs. They want to be valued in society, not just lumped in with the mass. I'm your host, Claire Hamilton, and thank you for watching Not So Silent.